Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Bridge Show, episode 10. 10 weeks in, and we're having a great time. It's good to be back. We missed you guys. As always, we have the crew that is with us. Once again, we have Leslie.
Hey guys, it's me.
We have Christina.
Hey there.
We have Raul.
What up, what up, what up?
And the man behind the curtain, the the Wizard of Oz, William Hartz.
Hello. Episode
So it's good to be here, guys. Episode 10. Guys, can you guys believe that it's been 10 episodes already?
That's crazy.
It's unbelievable. I
I
can't
feel like we
believe
just started this.
Wow.
Literally, first day today.
It's crazy. But yeah, guys, it's episode 10. We're here, and we're here to bring you guys some entertainment, to be here to bring you guys some good word, and just here to chit chat and chill. You know, if you love the show, guys, share it. You know, there's a lot of people out there that could receive the things that we share here, and also, man, we just want to be able to be in front of more people. So make sure you guys share it in your social media so that we can get more people to hop on. But it's very good to be here with you guys this Friday. And Raul, why don't you start off with giving us the latest Bridge news?
Sure. What's up, guys? And welcome back. We're excited to have you again. Also, major big shout outs to my boy Jesus for being back. He had to take a week off because he had a beautiful little baby. So everybody shout outs to him. Give him a virtual clap. Whoopty woos. But just in Bridge news, guys, all Bridge locations are still remaining closed. And BYMC is still postponed due to multiple state regulations. So we're trying to, follow the rules here, make sure everybody's safe. But again, us as a team, Jesus as our director and visionary, we're still trying to figure out what's the best time and date for us to be able to reschedule BYMC. But it's definitely going to happen. It's not something that's been erased or it's going to be gone. It's something that we're definitely going to do. And we can't wait to see you guys. Back to you, Zeus.
Thank you, Ro. Thank you so much. And we have Leslie here that's going to give us some other news. What's going on around the world?
Hey guys, so little by little we see that our routine is starting to get back into order. More things are opening up. There's traffic again, there's people out, there's people in the parks, things like that. But we got some good news for this weekend, which is Memorial Day weekend. Whoop, whoop. We can now have gatherings of 25 people as long as you are outside. But if you're inside, it's still 10 people. So still be smart. Don't be coughing on people. Wash your hands. Don't be dumb. Let's not mess this up. Also, Billy loves this. Camping places, camping parks, camping things are now going to be open soon. Do you know when, Billy?
The governor announced that camping grounds will be open with this new order. So that when he opened it up for 25 people to be outside, he also opened up campgrounds. I actually, as soon as he did, I checked the camping websites, and they're not quite caught up yet. So we're still waiting for them to catch up.
Camping, if you like that kind of stuff, which is
do
pretty
that
cool.
outside.
I'm more of a glamper kind of person. Then you guys can look into that. And some other positive news. Apparently, there's this lady who's 108 who's not only survived the Spanish flu when she was like 10 years old, she survived coronavirus. So that's some positive
That's
news.
two global pandemics. Two of them.
So that's literally 100 years ago. She survived 2 pandemics. So
she's Captain America.
Her, yo.
no, that's not goals. What the heck am I saying? That is not goals.
Captain
But good for her.
Imagine in 100 years from now, they have a picture of Leslie. This New Jersey woman survived COVID-19 and also survived the Hebeluga.
The Hebeluga flu.
And Ebola.
Oh gosh, no, not goals. I take that back.
Yeah, that was
good for her, lady.
Shout out to her, bro, for real.
Yes.
Like, she's literally like a modern day Marvel character.
Last
she
thing
is
she needs
Captain
now
America.
is for a murder hornet to come close to her. So.
It's probably gonna break his little stinger on her neck.
Yes.
Because she's gonna have a strong flesh made out of leather.
Right.
If we were to interview her right now and ask her what is the secret to be able to be so powerful to survive 2 pandemics, what do you think she will say?
She probably drinks like baby blood or something.
They actually asked her.
What if it's a super simple answer like I just eat the leaves off the trees?
Yeah.
Like,
oh
my God, there's so many nutrients in leaves.
The New York Times actually asked her that question, and she said that I survived everything because I was determined to survive.
Ooh,
That's what she said.
Mind over matter.
All right. You could have got a better question. If somebody would have asked me that question, I would have even made something crazy up. Like
Eddie said she was alive when the book of Matthew was written.
She was in that.
I would have, if they would have asked me that question, how did you survive? I would have just made something up. Like every morning you eat 2 loaves of garlic. In the afternoon before you go to bed, you eat some ketchup sauce.
Yeah.
Some crazy
just
stuff.
Get
just
really wild with it. Just make it edgy.
Yeah. So today for Bridge at 20, all right, we have Billy. Billy, what do you have for us for Bridge at 20?
So for today, we're going not quite as far back as we've gone in the past couple of weeks. We're going back to the year 2017. 3 years ago. So maybe you were at this event. This was the Bridge Olympics from June 24th, 2017. So Bridge Olympics is an event that we do usually at the end of the bridge year. It's one of the last things we do before we take our summer break. And all the bridges compete against each other in sport competitions. And they battle on whichever bridge, scores the most points for the competition. They get bragging rights for that year. So this was 2017. You can see all the bridges. You can tell who goes to which bridge because you're supposed to wear your bridge color when you're there. So purple is bridge downtown, blue is midtown, orange was North Elizabeth. There's every bridge had its own color, and so you can see who's competing against who. And that's South Amora. They wear gray, and so it happens in Warnaco Park. We were doing it where there's now a dog park, so I don't know if we're gonna have to find a new place to do it whenever we're allowed to go back out there. But we do it every year, just about every year, and this was the 2017 Bridge Olympics event. How many of you were at that event?
This one particularly?
Yeah.
I think all of us was.
Yeah.
Are you asking us or the chat?
Yes.
I don't even think. I don't
That
think
means
I've
both.
been yet.
Yes.
We
I was
we
there
were
somewhere.
at Bridge Midtown, right?
Oh my God.
Yeah.
I'm right there.
Actually, you know what?
my God.
I remember this one. This event,
Right.
I was there. Raul, you were there too. And then we left because we left for like the last half hour because we were going to a Brooklyn Cyclones game that day.
Oh, is that the day?
That's the
That was
day,
a great day. That was a great day.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
remember that.
Marissa's
good
dad
time.
made those shirts, the downtown shirts.
I also remember Marissa's dad. He's a really nice guy.
So that's your
All
bridge.
right.
That's your bridge of 3 years ago.
Look at how
Bridge
little Joe is.
Olympics, and that's that.
Sounds good. All right, guys. So, Christina, word on the street is that you are now a plant mom?
I got me a plant. You want to see it?
Yeah.
Hey, it's crusty.
It's called a crodon. Like, sounds like a Pokemon, right? And it's from East Asia, and it loves warm temperatures. And it's also poisonous, so my dogs can't eat this, and neither can I. And I love it. Look at it. Look at my
It's so cute yet dangerous.
plant. I know. Like me.
Christina's like,
No, I'm
just
just
like
kidding.
me.
Yeah, and I named it Krusty.
Crusty?
Yeah, like Krusty Krab pizza.
Krusty Krab pizza. You and me.
Krusty Krab. Sorry, I had to do it.
Yeah.
Pizza.
Shout outs to that plant, man. And then Leslie,
Oh yeah.
you have a new obsession, I hear.
I don't know. This week the weather has been so nice. I just been outside literally all the time. So
Nice.
I've been gardening. I've been working out outside. Even eating. I'll eat outside. Go for walks outside. I just love being outside.
That's beautiful.
That's what's up.
Love that.
I saw you I saw a picture of you by the Hudson River.
Yeah, we went. I went with Christina.
Okay. That's
Best
what's up.
Don't give me a
friends.
face. If we're outside,
No, that's
we're
good.
limiting. That's fine.
That's good.
Christina's
That's
very
good.
scared that she's gonna get in trouble, but
Nah, man,
Listen,
I envy you guys. I wish.
it's just so nice, and the water's nice.
Yeah,
like
it was really
allergies, you don't get allergies out there, really. It's just nice.
All right. What's new with you, Ra? What you been up to this week?
Nothing, man. Just chilling. Just got back from Michigan, so that's really exciting. I also got some new cool plants in my family now, so I'm taking care of a bunch of cool ones. So it's been chill, super chill, man. Some new hobbies during this quarantine.
Un nuevo look.
Yeah, new look here. You see him wearing the thin bandana, Jimi Hendrix vibes.
Eddie says that Raul has the illest headband.
Oh, thank you, bro. Thank you. That's my boy. Appreciate it, man. Just trying to be cool like you.
That's what's up. And then Billy,
Yes.
what about you? How's it going with you? And something about what have you been watching on Disney Plus?
So it's over. It's over now. They've put the last episode out, but the last season of Star Wars: The Clone Wars on Disney Plus was phenomenal. If you are a Star Wars fan, if you haven't watched the entire Clone Wars series, you should do that because it's probably some of the best Star Wars that's come out in the past 15 years. But the last season was great, especially the last 4 episodes of it was. It was like a movie, and it was like if you love Star Wars and that whole storyline, and you've been following like the Clone Wars, it was an amazing series finale. I cannot recommend it any more than I do. It's a great show. So on Disney Plus, you gotta pay for it, or mom and dad have to pay for it. Someone's got to pay for it.
Or you can get a password from somebody. I got a plug, so can't tell the name. But I'm allowed to have a plug because I'm the one in my entire family that pays for everybody's Netflix. So I'm allowed to steal somebody else's
right.
Disney Plus password. All right.
I think I
Well,
gave Leslie my Disney Plus. So
That's right. And the Hulu.
Just because of this video, Disney's about to shut it down.
oh no, YouTube's gonna flag our video.
Promo.
Y'all just ruined it for the whole country.
what about you guys in the stand? In the chat room. What is something new that's happened with you guys in the last couple of weeks? Let us know, and we'll be able to share it. As for me, me personally, I'm just now a dad of 2 kids. Which is something super new, super fresh. My first son, Emin, has been such a good boy throughout the whole process of trying to be a big brother. The last couple of days, he's been a little bit on the jealous side. If I'm carrying Ezrin, Emin wants to close up to me and say, up, wants me to carry him. If my wife is carrying Ezrin, he comes up to me and says, up. And I'm like, Emin, you can't be being carried all the time.
To her, to you.
Boy. If Lori's holding Ezrin, Emin wants Lori to carry him.
Oh my god.
If I'm holding Ezrin, Emin wants me to carry him. So, but he's been a good boy, man. And it's just, just staring at the new child, Ezrin, who's a very easy baby, man.
That's
and
awesome.
That's awesome, man.
I forget how easy, newborns are compared to when they get a little bit older. When they're a little older, you got to give them attention. You have to make sure they're entertained. You have to make sure that they're not, that they're not doing nothing bad. When you're a newborn, you literally just sit down in your little tiny cub, little tiny thingy, eat and poop and pee. That's it, and sleep and cry. That's it. So it's been very easy with Ezrin. The only complaint I have for him is that he came out looking like me, not only in his face, which is not a bad thing, but he also came out with my backside, which means he doesn't have a butt. Which means that when he put on his pamper, it's just no matter how small the pamper is, which is we have the newborn pamper, he pees and it just leaks out.
Oh no!
Because he has no butt cheeks to kind of like make sure that the pamper's on
tight.
right. Yeah.
Damn, maybe you need like preemie diapers.
I don't know. He just needs to grow a butt. But
he should do squats and all that.
Yeah, but he's a good boy, man. And it's just, looking at him, how he's just like he was inside my wife's stomach, which is crazy. And he's like another brand new human that just entered this world. A brand new child that is just like now your life begins, and I think it's crazy, man. Like you don't realize how beautiful the hands of God is when he creates something new and brings something new into this world. So it's pretty dope. And I just can't wait till you guys get to meet him.
Yeah, for real, man. I can't wait till this is all over, bro.
We have some comments from the chat if you want.
What's up?
We, regarding when you asked, what are you guys doing at home? Well, first, actually, Elliot said, welcome to the club, brother.
Thank you, my boy. Love you, bro.
Boy, L.
The question is the brother a Jesus brother or a Hulk Hogan brother? How did he say that on there? Welcome to the club, brother.
I would probably think Hulk Hogan.
I'm thinking Hulk Hogan as well.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Peter is in the chat. He said that he's been working out at home, playing MLB The Show 20 to get his baseball fix.
Which is Peter? Which Peter?
Peter Starzinski.
Oh, what's up, Pete? Oh man, I haven't seen him in a while.
I've been doing that home workout too. No, well, Eddie said that his youngest son, Ethan, is learning how to ride his bike without training wheels.
Oh, that's really cool. Making big moves.
Yeah, that's dope, man.
My sister too, and she's 21. I'm not exaggerating. She's really trying to learn how to ride a bike.
At the age of 21 and with no training wheels, that's crazy.
No training wheels, yeah.
Yeah. So, going into what we're going to talk about today is, just like I was mentioning, when I look at my son, it's just like he's such a brand new human. He has a whole life ahead of him, and how he's new, and he has a new life. He's a brand new being that is going to live in this earth and contribute to this earth and stuff like that. And I think about how in the Bible, Jesus calls us to be like him, right? Jesus calls us to be born again. And when you're born again, it's you starting a brand new life. And how, when I look at my son, how it makes sense, like we have to start fresh, and Jesus gives us that brand new, fresh life. And it's about being born again. The word born again is an odd term, right? I remember, sometimes you wonder, like, what does it mean to be born again? I know the disciples and the people in, probably was wondering the same thing when Jesus said, you have to be born again. But what does it mean to be born again for you guys?
Anybody?
Leslie?
Sure. So for me, the way I have always um, like been taught it is, we as people, we're born into sin, we're born cursed, and once you realize that Jesus Christ literally changed all that by dying on the cross for us, we're literally born again into like a new life. We're born again into like, we're this new kingdom, this new government, this new, like, we're free from all that stuff. But then, like, personally for me, it's like once I've made that decision to follow the Lord and become born again, everything that I was educated in before, everything that I kind of knew as right before, started to change. Like, I started doing things because I had the Holy Spirit living in me. All these, I was a fresh slate. I was a clean canvas. So it's like all these things I had to like start seeing through God's eye, start thinking how God thinks, and all those things kind of became rearranged. And you, like, I don't know, you start to learn how to walk again, like how those
That's
baby
beautiful.
giraffes start to walk again. But in every aspect of your life, you take those baby steps. Yeah.
Yep. And Raul, why is it important to be born again? In the Bible, it says you cannot enter the kingdom of heaven unless you are born again. Why is it important? Like, why can't you just, enter the kingdom of heaven as an adult, you already, the way you were already?
I think it's important because being born again, it's like you become a part of the family of Jesus. And I know that that's like a very simple or maybe like cliche answer, but it's the truth. The truth is what set, what I'm saying, what sets us free. Literally, it's so funny. This is all like going together. But yeah, it's like, when you're born again, bro, it's such an amazing thing because literally, I feel like there's these goggles that you're wearing that literally get removed when you're born again. And now you feel like you're a part of a new family. You feel like you have a strong support system that's not an earthly support system, but a heavenly one. And I think that when you process that, you like you feel empowered. You know what I mean? And it's just a whole like spiritual feeling. If some of y'all never experienced this, man, like it's one of the best feelings in the world, I have to say.
And Christina, can you, looking at your walk with God, right? Were you able to see a transition between the old life that died and the new life that was born again? And
Oh,
how was that for you? And what do you have to say about it for others that wants to experience that?
I think definitely, because there's definitely a huge difference. So I think from a personal level, I can relate a lot to so many bridge kids because I didn't grow up with a Christian family. So I knew about Jesus and I knew about church, but like that was something you finished in CCD and then maybe you went to church once a year. So it's like, I always knew about it and I always believed it, but I wasn't walking with God. So I wasn't born again. I was a follower of Jesus. I wasn't a disciple of Jesus kind of thing.
Mm.
And so, like a fan, I was a fan, not a follower. And so, it made such a huge difference because I started coming to Christ Fellowship. I shared this testimony a long time ago, but I thought I had cancer. And so something in me was like, you can't let your last moments, like if this gets really serious, you can't let your last moments on earth just be this. Like what is this really? Like what is your life if you're not living for God? So I started going to Christ Fellowship, boom, I start my walk, really dive deep into it. And then I got baptized. I did the whole like official born again thing. And it's just made such a difference because the way I was living, even in college, even in high school, like that wasn't a life that God had for me at all. And then to kind of just surrender that over to him, it's like now the things that I might have thought were cool when I was like, 16, 17 are so cringy to me now. It's like you said, I put on the goggles and I'm just like, like I don't want to see it.
What is this?
Yeah. And I see so many of our bridge kids too. And that's why sometimes I'm just like, dang, I want to talk to you guys. I want you to understand because I was there. I mean, I can talk about it now because I'm forgiven and I'm clean. But when I was younger, like I had an attitude problem. I had issues with my parents at home. I thought it was cool to always have a boyfriend when maybe I shouldn't have had one, type of thing. So growing up like in that, and then just kind of like it's all gone now. Like now I walk for Jesus and it's amazing. Like my life is so much different and the things that bring me happiness are not of this world anymore. So
that's powerful stuff.
When I think about my son, Ezra, how he's a brand new baby, everything that he's learning is new from here on out. You get me? Like his old life, which was inside the womb, no longer exists. So therefore, everything that is happening from here on are new experiences. He's learning new things. He's starting to realize the way life is supposed to be. I'm his dad. He knows that I'm here to protect him. He's learning that mom is there to nurture him and to protect him as well. And he's living a brand new life. And when Jesus says that in order for you to enter the kingdom of heaven, which in translation it means in order for you to enter the family of heaven, to be part of this life in Christ, in God, right? You need to become born again. You need to be born again. And what I think, what I believe that's meant to be is like you need to literally delete your old life and be born and be like a straight brand new baby and learn this new life with Jesus and start to develop that new life in God, in him. And so many people, man, when they're trying to follow God, they stay attached to their old life, right?
Yes, they do.
They don't realize that, that God's giving you a brand new life, but they get so attached to their old life, which is why Jesus is saying you need to be literally born again. You need to kill the old life and be born again and to be and to learn how to follow him in the new. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's so important, man. Like like for me personally, like I remember when I first started following Jesus in 2004, God was brand new to me. Like I mean, I knew who Jesus was. I knew who God was, through my family. Shout outs to my beautiful aunt who I love with all my heart, Titi Nora. She introduced me to who God was by reading me little Bible stories when I used to live with her, and stuff like that. But my relationship with God, me living for God and allowing God to change me from the inside out was never really fully materialized until 2004 when I gave my life to Jesus. And I noticed that in order for me to evolve in my walk with God, in order for me to get closer to God, and to see changes in my own personal life, I needed to throw away some things. Because when I first started following God, I was still doing the things that I knew for a fact wasn't honoring God. But it wasn't until I started killing the old stuff about me and started saying, God, I'm going to be a fresh, brand new canvas for you. Like I'm going to start, I want to start fresh in you, was when I started to see God start to transform me and I started to grow in him. The Bible verse in 2 Corinthians, Billy's going to put it up. It says, therefore, if anyone is in Christ, he is a new creation has come. The old has gone and a new is here. And that's what God is able to offer you. That is what God is able to offer every single one of us. He's able to offer us a brand new life. We're able to start fresh. We're able to have a new creation in him. And that's a beautiful thing, man. I know that a lot of us and a lot of you guys that are watching the show right now are looking at your life and you wish you have something new. That newness can come through Jesus. All right, guys?
Yeah,
for sure, man. It's funny because as you're talking about getting rid of the old and getting with the new, me and my wife have this thing that we're like, we got to make room for a blessing. And we say that not in literal terms or to say that this is a part of the Bible, but we just say it because Like when we have a bunch of clothes in the closet that we don't use, why not give it to somebody and make room for new?
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? And that's just something that we live by. And just in that same philosophy, it's like, yo, sometimes you got to get rid of old things in order for God to move in your life and bring forth new things. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I just think that that's just so dope. Man. God, like his whole way of thinking is like, it's always very like powerful and like unique, you know?
I think
Christina,
it's
go
oh,
ahead.
I was gonna say I think it's important too, like how you said he changes us from the inside out. Like it doesn't just happen overnight, right? Like I think a lot of people they think like, okay, I've given my life to Jesus now. I wake up the next day,
Mhm.
I'm still living my life. And it's like it's a walk. So you make that first step in commitment, and then now God is going to walk with you. Um and kind of like show you the path that he has for you now, because I remember, I committed my life to Jesus, and I wasn't like necessarily, the greatest Christian the next day. Like I wasn't this, like where I am now is because I've been brought here by the Lord. Like it's been a journey, and I've let go of things along the way, and the Holy Spirit has shown me like, hey, you shouldn't be doing this, or you shouldn't have this in your life. And I think that's important for a lot of kids watching to know, like, it's okay if you're still learning. The point is that now you're learning through the eyes of God. You're not learning through your own mentality of what's right and what's wrong.
And then Leslie, lastly,
Mhm.
um, there's a kid that is, in a couple of months from now, when this YouTube show is going to be super popping, and we have somebody that is randomly looking at these old videos, and they come across this video that's happening now, and they're just tired of the life that they're living. They don't. There's no passion in it. There's no purpose in it. They feel lost, and they're looking for a new life. What do you want to tell them right now as they watch this video?
I want to say that God has a plan and a purpose for your life, even though you wake up every morning, go to sleep every night thinking that, you're not loved, you're not cared for, you have no support, you have no purpose. I'm telling you right now, you tell the Lord that you want a life that is full and abundant, because that's what he's promising. I'm telling you, give the Lord a shot. Say, God, I want to give you a shot. I'm going to give you all I got, and prove yourself to me. I'll tell you right now, the Lord will prove himself to you. But you have to ask for your heart to be open. Don't let the most important thing you can do in your walk is control your mind. If you start right here, if you start right here and start controlling your mind, I'm telling you, you will become unstoppable with God by your side. Like, no, I'm sorry, with you by God's side, because you take that one step, and I tell you, God will show out. And I want to hear who you are. So, you know, do
Make it happen.
that.
But guys, just to wrap it up, listen, God offers us, every single one of us, a brand new life. He offers us a life full of abundance, full of everything. And in order for you to get to that brand new life, you need to just accept Jesus into your heart, allow him to dwell inside your heart. You need to kill your old life and be born again as a baby, in him, in Jesus, and learn to grow in him. And let me tell you something, man. One of the best decisions I ever made in my entire life was to do so. So, with that being said, guys, remember, in Jesus and God, you have a brand new life, and it's worth it. You don't have to live that life that you're living now. You can have a brand new one in Jesus. Speaking about brand new, all right, today's special guest is a very, very brand new leader in training that has been helping out with us this particular year. Um, great kid, man. Love him to death. He's been, even though it's his first year, assisting and helping out at the bridge. He's been literally assisting and helping out the bridge with flying colors, just straight killing it, representing the bridge downtown. We're going to bring in the one and only Facundo. Facundo, welcome to the Bridge
Woo!
Show.
Hey, man.
Hey,
Here.
what's
How's it
up,
Welcome to
My
the
bro?
boy,
show.
how you living, man?
How am I? Just working. I'm doing I work like construction with my father at the
All
moment.
right,
School just
That's
finished,
awesome.
so you gotta stay out here hustling, but
I
keep
hear you.
it safe.
You gotta. That's the only
That's
way to
fine.
survive. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And but you've been surviving this whole quarantine. Being able to stay focused and stay calm and do your thing.
Yeah. I've been like meditating, just like take, like Leslie was just saying, like, empower your mind and like just take control of your thoughts in a sort of sense. And yeah, that definitely helps out with just like feeling like you can't do anything, and like you're trapped, not like in your house, but even in your head sometimes. And it gives you clarity.
Yep. For those who don't know who Facundo is one of the student leaders from the Bridge downtown, one of the newest bridges that we have in this particular school year at Bridge School number 3. Um, and he's been there assisting Charlie, doing everything that he needs to do to get these kids' heart connected to the heart of God. And yeah, man, it's an honor to have you here.
Honor to be here.
We're gonna ask you a couple questions, and try to, see who you are, so everybody can know the greatness of Facundo. Bro, what's the question you have for him?
Definitely, man. Got a little bit of a heavy hitter here for you.
Fire.
So my question for you is, how have you seen God move in your
Oh, okay. Well, I'll be honest. My relationship with God is in its early stages. Like I fully dove into the faith like around 3 years ago. So
life?
we're still getting to know each other in a sense.
I like that.
But
So
for now, it's been like a personal shift, and I've seen a lot of changes in myself. Like I had no idea what I wanted to do in college. Like it was literally my worst nightmare. And and now I want to be a research scientist, and like I'm
oh,
gotta go for that PhD,
It's
like 10
awesome.
years of
Yeah.
school. And I used to make fun of those people. I literally used to make fun of people who were going to be in school for 10 years, and now I don't have a choice but to be in school for 10 years. So it's just like, those tables turn. And one of the things is like, you know God pushes you past the limits you had for yourself to show you
Right.
that you're more than what you thought.
amen.
Man,
and, and that's definitely
very
something
big
that,
facts.
Right.
yeah,
That
and that's
that's that is
definitely,
God moving in your life, man. Like that right
yeah.
there. That's like clarity, direction. Like God put something in your heart for you to follow, man, and that's beautiful. I love hearing that,
I like that question though.
bro. Oh, thank you,
Christina?
man. I'll try it.
Oh, so my question is, what's your most memorable moment at Bridge? Like something that has stuck with you that you always remember?
Oof. It was, I know you guys were talking about it earlier, but it's diving into the faith with your heart and like your arms wide open. Like you want to embrace fully, and it's like not having a second thought, not hesitating. And one of the first retreat that I really, I was in pursuit for God was Be Still, which is funny because you're wearing a shirt. Um,
Hey.
and I could tell you, like, I've been to retreats before, but that retreat, when you're in the pursuit and you're eager for that connection, you're hungry for that love, like those chills, those sensations during worship, just those messages that come across, they really hit home. Yeah, I really connected with, like, the whole theme of it. So it was I can never forget it, and I'm hungry for the next retreat. I'm ready.
If you had said sons and daughters, I would have just dropped these headphones to give him a whole round of applause. Like I was waiting
Girl.
for it when he was like, "And the
And Jesus
retreat." I was like,
No, I might be an outlier, but no, Be Still is definitely, I
Oh,
absolutely loved it.
awesome.
it's
This
good.
was a good one.
Leslie.
Yes, sir. So Facundo, I don't know if you remember, but I was your leader in downtown when you were a
Yes,
little midget. So I've
yeah.
known you in a lot of different ways as a youth and now as a leader in training. So I know like there were a couple years that we didn't see you much. You were in high school and you weren't really part of the bridge. So I just want to know, like looking back, if you had stayed committed to the bridge during those years, like how would you then have been different? Like how would things have been different then and or now?
All right. Well, I got to give a little bit of background info for that specifically. At the time, I probably wasn't a part of the bridge for like 2 years. I was part of the bridge like elementary, middle, and then middle school, and then when I got to high school, I like kind of like distanced myself sophomore and junior year. But it was because I was struggling in school a lot at the time, and my parents had just gotten a divorce, but they still lived in the same house, and they lived in different areas of the house. And you can imagine it was a literal war zone. Like you open the
Wow.
door and it's just people yelling, screaming, And I also struggled a lot with like overthinking. So
Same.
I I always lived in like a mental fog, and I like amplified my negative emotions, and I was like I never had tranquility. So it was just like a really bad mix. And I wish I could find out how things would have turned out if I did rely on God at that time,
Mm-hmm.
and just and I, apart from not even only God, but like surround myself with the love and the positivity of the bridge itself. And I honestly, talking about the Be Still retreat, one of the songs that really hit home, like one of the lyrics was, I'm not gonna be afraid because these waves are only waves. I'm not gonna be
Right.
afraid. I'm not gonna fear the storm. You're greater than its roar. Um, and I definitely, the song is Be Still, for those who don't know. And
What
it
jam?
really defines uh peace be still, and it really defines how I probably would have felt having that burden and that weight
Mm-hmm.
lifted off those shoulders, and just standing strong, because no matter what life throws at you, you'll push through
Wow.
it because you're with God.
Oh, I hope
I'm already
someone's encouraged by
crying.
that, right? Because I
Why
think
am
so
I
many,
like this?
so many kids need to hear that. So either now or later, I just really hope somebody's encouraged by that.
Yeah, man.
That's
Like,
very true.
we were talking about earlier about having a new life. You don't like the life that you're in now, but but you're like desperate for a new life.
Mhm.
And and how things could be better if you have God in your life. What you just finished sharing is 100% truth,
Yep.
proof to that. If there's a kid looking at this video right now, what do you want to tell him real fast?
uh that's honestly, just have I know it might feel like you're talking to walls sometimes, and you don't feel like you're getting your message across, but if you're patient and you really want it, and you're really searching for it, and you don't have, second thoughts, um you'll get the answer back regardless of how it comes. God works in amazing ways, so believe that.
My question for you is, seeing that this is your first year fully involved in leading and pretty much being a part of the bridge, and assisting and bringing kids to the heart of the youth with the heart of God. Seeing how this first year has been for you, where do you see yourself in 5 years?
I wish I knew. I do know that I'm gonna be going out. If I graduate college, I might go out,
If,
like, to grad. No, when I graduate
if,
When,
college,
Papa?
when
that's
when I
right.
When?
graduate college,
Declare that.
I might go like to graduate school out of state. But if I'm not, I can promise you that I'll continue to give back, as like leaders, the people that I'm staring at have always given to me. I definitely do want to, return exactly with the love that
Aw.
I've received, and keep going.
And
Awesome.
then, William, what is your question?
So
You throw cats on the weekend.
my question is a simple one. How incredible was it to have me as a teacher back in elementary school?
Well, I'm gonna be honest, right?
Keep it G.
That I
Keep
will.
it
He
a
doesn't grade. He
time.
doesn't give you grades
I
anymore.
said,
No,
So
exactly. No, it was mad chill. It was mad fun. I remember I could tell you the difference, like when I was in fourth grade, and then when I went back to visit the school, when I was like in high school, and like just seeing the fourth graders he was dealing with, I was like, oh man, this is how we were. I'm sure we gave William a lot of headaches,
A
but no,
couple,
it was
couple.
super dope. Yeah, a couple.
I do have.
It was
I was just looking. I found 2010 yearbook right here,
oh
oh,
no.
Oh, we're gonna
and
disrespect my haircut.
we got a what is it?
I'm pretty sure he had like a little flip in the
Where
front.
is it?
No, I
There
had
it
a whole
is.
bowl.
Where right there? There's
Did you?
Yeah, if
little
you
baby
see it.
Facundo right there.
My boy.
Little baby Facundo. That was what grade was that? That's fourth grade.
He was such a cutie
Yeah.
boy.
That's
Wow,
what's up,
Billy
man.
just exposed.
I mean, he didn't look bad.
Exposures
When
get
you
you
said
sometimes.
bold cut, I was thinking like literally like
A
No,
mushroom cut.
trust me. If I
oh,
pull out a photo, I wish he would have chose that. I literally just had like hair. Before I had hair like down
That is
here.
not a
Oh,
bowl
I
cut.
have others if you want. I can go through all my stuff. I have yearbooks going back
It's
like
just
a long,
I
long
have,
time.
trust
Billy
me.
is like, I got the bold cut.
Yeah,
Facundo's hair was always
exactly.
ready for photo day, for picture day.
For real. So we dig into your Instagram. We pull out some pictures there and ask you what was happening in these moments. So let us know,
Clarity,
man.
bro.
What is happening in these
Oh,
moments?
So basically, if you look at the caption, it says "New Year, New Me," and it's just making fun of everybody who makes these like New Year's, what are they called?
resolutions.
Resolutions of like doing this and that, and it's just like it was just a joke on that. I just grabbed like whatever was in the laundry and put it on.
What exactly is that?
Oh,
Is it a shirt?
I don't, bro. I
Are
don't. I
those
think it's
leggings?
like, yeah, I think they're leggings, and then I had
Hey.
like someone's undies. I think they
I
might
don't
be
know.
my mom.
It looks like your head is cosplaying as a Slender Man or something.
Yeah, I was just trying to
Google
make fun of
Slenderman.
something.
That's
All right.
hilarious.
Next picture.
All right, next one. It's you sitting on a bridge.
Oh, it's
So if-
broken season, baby.
So if you see the bridge in
Oh.
the actual background, that bridge I do jump off of. And there's like a train that be passing by. And it's a nice little adrenaline rush.
Okay.
Where's that
I do
at?
not recommend that.
No, there's
on
a
the show.
distance between, there's like a walkway, even if the train
Facundo
passes
jumps off
by.
the train like he's riding it
Yeah.
there.
Oh,
and then,
okay.
like, right when the river comes, he like
I
strategically
probably
jumps
need
off.
to train to do that.
Last but
Get
not
it,
least.
train.
Last one is a photo of you standing on top of a roof. Why are you standing on top of a roof?
A lot of dangerous things.
So the roof part doesn't matter, just because I'm always on top. But the shirt is the actual flex. It was a Christmas shirt that my friend gave me, and it's a pun.
Just
Which
because I'm
one?
always on top.
Yeah, you see what I'm saying? They deliver. I'm on my prime. Don't worry.
Oh.
And it's basically I'm a pun man. If you know me, you know that. All my socks are just
Oh, my
puns.
socks.
So
That shirt is fire.
I had
What's
to
the
flex
matter
it.
with you?
What's the matter with you? If you don't know parts of the leaf, leave me alone. Like,
My
is
boy.
that it's
That
a
was
biology joke. So
good.
don't worry.
All right, man. And then, we always ask our guests, what is your words to live by? So let us know, what is
Oh.
your words to live by?
So my words to live by, and it's something I could vouch for. Is compare yourself to who you were yesterday, not who you are today.
All right. I like that. That's what's up. Compare yourself to who you were
Alright.
yesterday and not who you are today. That's pretty
Alright.
much dope, man. That's pretty dope. And that's pretty much it, man. Everybody, let's give it up for Kuno. Thank you so
Yay.
much for joining us on the show.
Thank you for having me. Thank you for having me. I
It's
appreciate
good to
the
have
time.
you. And that's pretty much it. Well, guys, we really enjoyed our time with you guys, episode 10. We love you guys. We miss you guys like crazy. And just grateful that we get to at least get this couple minute with you guys. And that's pretty much it. We love you. Don't forget to do the important things. Billy, what is it again?
You need to follow us on all of the things. On all of the
Yes.
things that are in the internet. Just go to Bridge Youth, at
Hit
Bridge
that
Youth.
like button.
Hit the like button, subscribe, follow.
Smash that subscribe button.
And we're on all the things: Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, Spotify, TikTok.
Up on. We
We
got
have-
some cool things that we have
We
planned.
we have a we have a MySpace too. If you really want to find us
Oh,
on there.
boy. Do we have a Zanga?
I'm not sure what's on the MySpace at this point, but there's one out there.
Can we make a Mi Gente page? I need some friends.
But guys, we have some cool things that we have planned for the show, so stay tuned. Continue to follow us. Make sure you hit that notification bell so you can know all the cool things that is happening with the bridge. Other than that, man, we love you so much. Thank you guys for joining us, and we see you next week.
See you next week, guys.
Peace.
Happy MDW.